Hello, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm making a video about how to create a Linux virtual machine on Windows 10 using VirtualBox. So you will have a full-fledged Linux virtual machine running on your Windows 10. So yeah, let's see how we can do this. So this will be a raw video so that you know what problems I'm facing and how I fix it if I face any problem. So this will probably help you when you are trying to do this on your own. All right, so let's get started. So first thing what we need is we need this Oracle VM VirtualBox. So I'll put a link in the description box below so that you can download this on your Windows machine. So this is the link, and from here you can click on Windows host and you can simply install this VirtualBox. It's pretty default installation. You just need to select all the default options and click next, 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 and finish. Similarly, you also need to download this ISO file of Ubuntu desktop. So this will be the virtual machine which we will create. So I have already downloaded it for you. So just click on download here, and it will begin the download. So I've already downloaded this file just to save time. I will put the link for this download also in the description box so that you will not have any problem. All right, so let's start this. So first thing is that I will open this virtual box and then I will create a virtual machine. So I'll click on new and then I will select Linux here and I will select Ubuntu 64-bit, and I will give this a name, uh, Ubuntu desktop. Desktop, yeah, perfect. So this will be the name of my Linux machine. Next, now it is asking me to give it a memory, so I will give it approximately 8 GB of RAM, just so that it is a little faster and you know good to work with. So I will assign 8 GB of RAM to this particular virtual machine. Next, it's asking me to create a hard disk. So I will create a virtual hard disk and I will create a VDI image. Next, dynamically allocated. Next, and I will give it a size of 40 GB. Yeah. So this is a virtual hard disk, so I can give it a size of 40 GB. So let's create this machine. Perfect. So as you can see, this Ubuntu desktop virtual machine is available. Now we need to install this Ubuntu desktop on this virtual machine. So if you want, you can follow these official installation document also. I will put this in the link in the description box, the link for this in the description box. But yeah, let's try to install this. So first what I'll do, I'll try to start this virtual machine, and yeah, let's wait for this machine to come up. And there you go. So it's asking me for a startup disk. So I will browse and I will select an ISO file. So I will create add, and there you go. So inside Ubuntu I will select this ISO image which I downloaded for this desktop. So I will click open and I will select choose. There you go. So this is my ISO image and I will click start. And as you can see, this is now running. So my Ubuntu desktop is now starting. Let's see what happens. So now we will install this Ubuntu desktop here in this virtual machine. All right, so it's in the install screen. It's loading. Perfect. So we will select English and we will install Ubuntu. Let's click on that. Okay, English keyboard layout is English, so I'm good with that. I'll click on continue. And here it says normal or minimal. I'll select normal installation, And okay, other download updates while installing. Yeah, let's download updates. Okay, let's click continue with the default options. Let's not change this. And it will take quite some time to install complete operating system. But yeah, let's just check this, how much time it takes. Okay, perfect. Now this computer is currently has detected no operating system. What would you like to do? So I'll select this option, erase disk and install Ubuntu. Let's do this. So it's giving me a warning. I will click continue. Perfect. Where are you? So currently this time settings looks good to me. I will click continue. Perfect. Now it's asking me for more information. So I'll give my name and Ashish Linux. Okay, let me give this Linux desktop. Linux UB desktop Ubuntu. Username Ashish looks good. I will give it a password. Perfect. I will select login automatically and click continue. Awesome. So now it's installing all the files. So all we need to do is to wait for this Ubuntu desktop installation to do its magic and install all the required softwares and everything on the virtual machine. So it's plain and simple. Perfect. So now it says that installation is complete. Now you need to restart the computer. So let's restart the computer. So this virtual machine will restart now. There you go. Looking good. Perfect. It's asking us to press enter. Let's press enter. And and here you are. So our Ubuntu Linux virtual machine is here. So for now, it's asking us to connect online accounts. I will not do that right now. I will click on skip and next, 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 ready to go, and I will click done. And as you can see, our beautiful desktop is here ready. So one of the most important things in any Linux machine is terminal. So I will click on activities, and then when you click here, you can type terminal and you can click here. And as soon as you will click here, you will see a terminal open. And there you go. We have our Linux UB desktop terminal here. Okay. So let's try to run some commands. ls. So it's showing me all the files. LSAL, yep, looks good. Uh, Current location, home Ashish, everything is looking good. Yeah, so let's quickly run an update. So I will type sudo apt update. I will give sudo password and it will quickly update. Perfect. Software updater is ready. Yeah, it will quickly update all the indexes. and then we will quickly run an upgrade command as well. Yeah. By the time this is running, let's see if we can fix this display thing. So let's say display. Yeah, let's click here. Okay, so resolution currently it's 800 into 16. Yeah, 600. So I will change it to yeah, 1920 in cross 1200. Let's change and then apply. And as you can see, it's taking quite good space in the screen now. Yeah, I can also go full screen from here, but yeah, so in view, I can go to full screen mode, and there you go. So now it's like complete full-fledged desktop. Okay, perfect. Let's quickly run this. Uh, do you update it software? No, I will cancel it now. I will run apt upgrade as well. So our apt update has run. Now we will run sudo apt upgrade so that it has all the latest softwares. Everything is up to date just to make sure. And it's finished finally. Okay, perfect. So this is finished now. It looks good. It's looking good. Yeah. So what we will do now is we will try to enable the copy and paste feature. What that means is that from your Windows 10 machine, you should be able to copy and paste inside this virtual machine, right? So we will do that. So I will try to copy down and I will try to paste here. As you see, paste is not enabled. I cannot paste anything here. It's because you need to fix this for your desktop Linux machine. So we will see how you can do that. So first thing what you need to do is yeah, you need to click on devices and then you need to click insert guest addition CD image. Perfect. So now as soon now as soon as you do that, you will see here that this VBox guest addition ISO is now attached to your Linux desktop. So we will run some commands. So don't worry about these commands. I will give these commands in the description box below, so you will have everything handy. So first thing what I will do, I will mount the CD-ROM. So I will type sudo mount dev CD-ROM and then I will give it a location MNT. So I'm mounting this ISO and there you go. It has run perfectly fine. We can ignore this warning. Now I will CD into this MNT location, mount location, and there you go. And I can list down all the files which are available. So we will run this. Okay, before running this VBox Linux additions dot run, we need to make sure that our Ubuntu image, we need to install the necessary dependencies. So I will type this command to install all the necessary dependencies. So I will type sudo apt get install then ydkms build essential then linux headers generic linux headers and then dollar uname r. Let's run this and it will install all the necessary dependencies required for this VBox Linux additions utility. So yeah, we will see. So this utility will allow us to fix this resolution issue as well as this. It will enable us to copy and paste from local machine to this virtual machine. So yeah, let's wait for this to finish. Perfect. So this has run now. Next, our what we will do, we will run this utility. So we will run VBox Linux additions.run. So we will quickly run this utility. Okay, it's asking us for administrator. So first I will do sudo su so that I log in as a root user. Now I will run this VBox utility. So what I will type VBox Linux additions.run, and now it's installing all the required modules. Perfect, looking good. Okay, and there you go. So it has given that everything is installed, but kernel modules, it requires a system restart. So what we will do, we will do, we will run power off command, and we will turn off this Linux, this virtual machine. Perfect. So we will now, since everything is in place, I will make some changes. I will show you what all changes I'm making. So I'll go to settings, and first thing what I want to do is I want to change this network adapter type. So currently it's NAT. I will change this to bridged adapter. So using bridged adapter, it will get this virtual machine will get its own IP address, and you can Google the differences between a NAT network adapter and a bridged adapter. So I prefer this bridged adapter for my virtual machine, and I will click OK. And a couple of more things which I can do here is related to uh, yeah, network is looking good. Yep, everything is looking fine. General, okay, yeah. So in this advanced tab, what I will do, I will enable this bi-directional clipboard so that you can copy and paste text and other stuff from inside the VM to the host machine, and or from the host machine to the VM. Okay, and even this drag and drop I will select as bidirectional. Yep. Display, let me give it full 128, and I will also enable 3D acceleration just for proper rendering and everything else. Yeah, I will click OK. Now everything is looking good to me. I will quickly click start. Yep, let's see. And we can see this share to clipboard and drag and drop is bidirectional. And as you see now, this resolution thing is fixed. So now it will adjust its resolution as per the size of this box. So yeah, this is pretty cool, right? So this is what many developers want, and a little tricky to configure. It's just a couple of commands. I'll not say tricky, but yeah, it's very useful. Awesome. So this is looking very really good right now. I can also go to full screen mode if I want to, and I will switch to full screen mode. And of course, I can run terminal. And if you see this, this virtual machine will have its own IP because we have changed the network adapter. So if I will do IP address, you will see this has this 192.168.40.110. So let me try to ping it from my local machine. Okay, so this is my local machine. So I have started this terminal PowerShell, and I will try to ping this IP address, and we will see I will get a reply from the machine. So ping is working. Okay, so this is looking good. Next thing, next what we can do is we can enable SSH. We can enable SSH to this terminal. So let's see if SSH is here. Yes, SSH is already installed. If SSH is not installed on your Ubuntu desktop, I'll give you a simple command: sudo apt install OpenSSH server. So that using that command, you can install it. I will put this command in the description box. Okay, perfect. So SSH is available. Now what I will do, I will try to connect to this machine from my Windows machine. So I have this bash on my Windows machine. So I will type hostname. Yeah, so as you can see, this is my laptop, and from this machine, what I will do, I will try to SSH into this Linux machine. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, so I will quickly check the IP address. And what I will do, I will copy this IP address in my local machine. Oops, copy. Yeah, it's working. Copy paste is working. So yeah, what I will do, SSH, and I will SSH, type my username and then at the rate the IP of the machine. Let's try to SSH using this bash terminal from my Windows machine. So I will quickly run this command. Okay, port 22 connection refused. All right. Okay, so this looks like port 22 connection is not available. We will try to fix that. Let's see. So what I will do, test net connection, and then I will give the IP address of this machine, and then what I will do, I will type port and give 22. Let's see. It will, yeah. So maybe probably we need to open this port. All right, perfect. No worries. Let's see if we have the command to open the fire port 22. Hmm. Yeah, I will quickly check. Yeah, I got the command. So I will run this command to open port 22. Let's see if this will work. So I will do sudo UFW allow from any to any port proto TCP. Okay, so I need to specify port. Let's give it SSH port 22 and let's run this. Let me give the sudo. Okay, uh, port 22 and then I need to type proto. Yeah, sudo UFW allow from any to any port 22, then proto and then TCP. Let's run this. Rules updated, perfect. Looks good. Let's check if this is working now. Okay, this testnet connection command is still failing. No worries. TCP connect fails. Still, let's check if we can SSH. Yeah, let's try to do SSH. Okay, so it's still failing. Let's see how we can fix this. Okay, let's run this SSH. Okay, let's try to run this command to again. So what I will do, I will install OpenSSH server. Yes. Okay, probably because I did not had OpenSSH server. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so it is installing this OpenSSH server now. Perfect. Next, what we will do, we will see the status. and server listening on port 22. It's looking good. Yeah, looking good. um, Next, what I will do, I will run sudo ufw allow ssh. Okay, so this rule already was present, so that's why it is saying skipping. Perfect. Now let's try to run these commands and check. And there you go. Now TCP connection is working. Now what I will do, I will try to SSH into this Linux virtual machine using from my Windows machine. So I will type SSH and then username and then the IP of my Ubuntu desktop, and it's giving me a warning. I will select yes, continue connecting, and it has added this. Now it's asking me for password. I will give the password, and there you go. Now it says Ashish at the rate Linux UB desktop. So if I'll do IP address, it will give me IP address of this machine. If I do ls, it will give me all the files and folders which are present here. And yeah, now next what I will do, I will type pwd where exactly I am. I'm on the home Ashish folder. Yeah. So let's try to verify this. So what I will do, I will create a file. I'll test text file.txt. I will create this file and I will do ls, and I will see that my test text file is present here. Let's try to check using this bash terminal also. And there you go. It is also showing me this test text file. So if I'll do ls-al, it will show me all the hidden files as well. And as you can see, this test text file is coming. So this bash is now connected to my Linux Ubuntu terminal. Looking good. Perfect. So we have done pretty good stuff here right now. Okay, one more thing. So sometimes it's not considered very safe, to SSH using username and password. So what I will do, I will run few commands, and using those commands, what we will do, we will establish a key value pair. So SSH keys are like a secure manner of logging into server Linux without needing any passwords. So we will run a few commands. We will set it up so that we don't need any password to log in into my Ubuntu Linux desktop terminal. Perfect. So let's do this. So first thing what I will do, I will generate a key pair. So I will type SSH and then keygen. So this is what I'm running from bash terminal on my Windows machine. Okay. Yeah. So I will run SSH keygen and then type OB4096 TRSA. So this will generate my key value pair. Yes. I will select the default location where to store the key, and I will select overwrite yes. Pass phase, I will give it a pass phase again. And there you go. So it has created this SSH key value pair. So as you can see, the key is saved here and public key is saved here. Now what we need to do, we need to run a simple command so that this public key is copied inside this Linux machine. Okay, so let's see how to do that. So the simple command to do that is to run this SSH copy SSH um, copy ID, yeah, SSH copy ID, and then I will select this location of my public key. So the location of my public key is home directory ssh idrsa dot pub. Yep, and then I will type the name of I will type the username and then the IP address of my Linux machine. Oops. Okay. All right. I made a mistake. So, okay, let's type this command again. So, I will type it here first. So, the command is ssh copy id and then the location I and then location of your public key and then username and IP address of your Ubuntu. So this way it will copy the public file inside that Ubuntu machine. And it's asking me for the password of my Ubuntu desktop. So I will give it the password. And there you go. It says number of keys added. So what happens is that your public key is added inside this machine. So we can quickly check that. Yeah. So this is the authorized key which is added. So as you can see, Ashish laptop. This is my laptop here. And this is the public key which is added inside the authorized key a location of my Ubuntu desktop. So we can quickly check this public key. So let's check this public key and it will match. Yeah, so this public key is the same which is present inside this Ubuntu desktop. So everything is looking good. Now let's try to do this SSH connection again. Now this time it will not ask me for password. It will use this key value pair to authenticate. So it's asking me passphrase. I will give the passphrase and there you go. I'm inside the Linux machine, Ubuntu desktop. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You have a fully operational Linux virtual machine desktop available for your use. And yeah, you can enter the full screen mode and you can use this machine as your local machine. So let's say I will open Firefox and yep, and there you go. And let's see what happens. So as you can see, internet is accessible here inside this machine. So I will try to type youtube.com and let's see what happens. And this is the YouTube website. I will click on agree. Yeah, and it will open YouTube. Looking good. So this is your Linux machine, full-fledged Linux machine working, and we have also enabled SSH. So whenever you want, you can connect to this terminal from your local machine. So as you can see, the YouTube is running, and Firefox is running. YouTube website is up. You can run the stop command to check which processes are running inside your machine. So as you can see, this Firefox is currently running. So yeah, everything is looking good. Perfect. Let's try to see if we can install Visual Studio Code here for coding. So install VS Code on Ubuntu. Let's see what we get. So if here we have running Visual Studio Code on Linux. Let's quickly see how we can install Visual Studio Code. So as you can see, it clearly gives us this command. So let's run this command and install Visual Studio Code on this machine. So I will click paste and I will click enter and it will download this Visual Studio Code from Snap repository, Snap store. Yeah, so Visual Studio Code is installed. So let's quickly run the code, Visual Studio Code, and let's see what happens. And there you go. Visual Studio Code is coming up in my Linux desktop. Yeah, so I will click trust and I will select trust, and there you are. So this is Visual Studio Code in my home directory. So I have all these documents and everything here. Yeah, so I believe that's pretty much it for this video. Otherwise, this video will go too long. But if you have watched this video up until here, please do comment that whether what you liked about this video, what you disliked about this video, and how I can improve. What else you want to see in this channel? What else Linux specific features you want to see in this channel? And I'm planning to put a lot of contents related to Azure and DevOps and Linux and all these different tools and development softwares. So yeah, please comment down in this video that what you would like to see, and we will see what we can plan next for this channel. And please do hit the like button if you find this video useful for your case. All right, so until next time, guys. So bye bye for now. See you in the next video. Take care.